What's going on, everyone? Vivek Ramaswamy joins Trump at, a, at the New Hampshire rally, and we will take a look at that. This is my very first time running a live stream using the A10 Mini Pro. So, we're going to see how it works. I'm saying some stuff that I just want to take off. Perfect. All right, so Vivek Ramaswamy is this guy that's been going on about, and he's been extremely articulate compared to other presidential candidates, and he's a Republican, and he's been making waves, generating tractions, um, saying a lot of good stuff, you know, a real lot of good stuff. And a lot of people are hoping that he actually runs alongside with President Trump, right? And seeing them come together at the rally caused a huge, generated a huge form of attention. Just seeing these two strong candidates come together, and it's a force. It's a huge force of nature that the two of them decided to come together. And we will take a look at the video. We'll take a look at the video and we will see everything. In the meantime, let's take a look at the video. Okay, we're almost there.
Do worry about 10 more months with these people, because they can do a lot of damage. What they're doing to our country is very sad. We were the first candidate ever to get more than 52% of the vote. We now have our eyes on a very special place. You know what that place is? New Hampshire. And I know that New Hampshire will never let us down, just like in 2016. You remember that? We came in here and we won in a landslide. 2016. It's time for the Republican Party, however, to unify, come together, and move forward as one team. We have to beat crooked Joe Biden. We have to beat him. Our country is at stake, and we need to focus on all of our resources. We have to put them into energy and effort and defeating Biden and all of these radical left lunatics, what they're doing to our country. We can't let it happen. We cannot let it continue. We're going down, and we cannot let it continue. Last night, I was honored to receive the endorsement of a man who has become a true leader and earned the admiration of so many patriots. I've been a friend of his, even though we were competing against each other. But I was a friend of his, and we got along. And he was saying he's a great president. I kept saying, why is he running? He keeps calling me a great president. But he's a fantastic guy, a very smart guy. He's got some tremendous ideas. And he's young, and he's got some young ideas, too, and that's a good thing. So he has a big, beautiful, bright future ahead. Vivek Ramaswamy. Come on up, Vivek.
This is a good move, by the way. This is a brilliant move. Two strong candidates endorsing each other. It's a solid move.
Let's do this, guys.
The Democrats will have to put in a lot of work
Back to New Hampshire.
to contend this.
We miss you guys. We're going to make this happen, and you guys know this well. You know this man. You know why we're here, patriots across the state. We are in the middle of a war this country. That's what this is. It's not a war between black and white. It's not between Democrat and Republican, even in a deeper sense. It's between the permanent state and the everyday citizen. Between those of us who love the United States of America and a fringe minority who hates this country and what we stand for. And right now we need a commander-in-chief who will lead us to victory in this war. That's what we need in this country.
A fringe minority. Well put.
You got to know you're in a war to win one. You can't win one if you're asleep at the switch, have your head stuck in the sand, like most Republicans. And I think that's going to require somebody who isn't bought and paid for, a businessman, not a politician. Anybody heard of that? And that's why I was in this race, but I'll tell you, the people of Iowa spoke loud and clear last night, and I'm a big believer that we, the people, create a government that is accountable to us, not the other way around. That we, the people, choose who leads this country. And so we heard we, the people, last night, and that is why last evening I met my friend here, we met in person, and I told him that I would endorse Donald J. Trump for President of the United States and do everything in my power to lead us to victory in this war. It is a 1776 moment right now. That's where we live right now. And you want to know, what does it mean to be a Republican today? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. Ideals like freedom and merit and the pursuit of excellence. That you get ahead in this country, not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. End affirmative action. End at DEI. We are done with the nonsense. Send it back home.
Well put.
It means you believe in the
Well
rule
put.
of law. And I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law, and that is why we need to use our military to secure our own southern border in this country. That's what it means to stand for the rule of law in the United States of America. It means the people we elect to run the government needs to be the ones who actually run the government, not the shadow government in the deep state that runs the show today. This man is going to get in there this time around and actually shut down that deep state. Not messing around this time anymore. That's how we win this war in this country. And the way we're actually going to do this in the long run and win this time around is with elections we need to secure in this country for the long run. You want to know what needs to happen in this country? Single day voting on election day as a national holiday with paper ballots, government issued ID to match the voter file, and English as the sole language that appears on a ballot. And I'm confident this man will be the one to get us there. And this is how we get our country back. Not black or white, it's deeper than that.
There used to be a time when I would every now
I was still working on that. A little bit of commercial segment. I don't want to bore you guys with commercial segment, but um, very important. Like he said some very strong things there. I mean, for me, just seeing the two of them come together is just a sign of leveling up. Because honestly, what the Democrat needs is that powerful person to compete with, right? They need that strong competition. They need the strong competition. And the Democrats or the opposition or the war that we're having now, it's so fundamental because simply because you're not you're fighting against, and I wouldn't say fight, you're wrestling, okay? Because at the end of the day, we are not enemies. All right, we all want the same thing. We all want one great America. We all want one great America, one great possibility. One great nation that can accommodate everyone and give everyone that opportunity to excel, the opportunity to grow, the so-called American dream. So we are not really enemies. We just have different ways of getting. We just believe in different ways of generating what we are looking for. So the Democrats won by pumping in emotions. Okay, they capitalize on people's emotional interest. All right, and there's this research that it's a psychological research that shows that pessimists, all right, pessimists in the long run are always right, and pessimists, well, not just pessimists, people who are logical. Now, optimists, people who are emotional, they tend to be much more successful than those who are logical. And the Democrats, what they do is they key into emotion. Because I remember the presidential debate, and when they asked Trump, "What are you going to do?" and Trump would say stuff like, "I'm going to do the business, I'm going to create employment, I'm going to do tax, and blah blah blah." And when they asked Biden, "What are you going to do for America?" Biden wouldn't tell us what he's going to do. The first thing he would say, "Anyone responsible for the death of 200,000 people should not be the president." That is him capitalizing on specific emotions. This is that was one of the craziest election I've ever seen, where they did not win by being rational. They won simply because they capitalized on people's emotion, and the emotion wasn't the emotion of love; it was hatred for Trump. All right, they extremely capitalized on the aggravation, the hatred that a specific niche of people had for Trump. And that was how they were able to so-called win the election. I knew a bunch of people who voted for Biden, not because they wanted to vote for Biden, but because they wanted to just vote Trump out of office, which is just ridiculous. They completely disregarded the numbers, they completely disregarded employment, they completely disregarded job opportunities and all those things that they could look into, immigration policy, education policy. They completely disregarded everything, and their only basis of voting was their hatred for Trump. So if these two powerful forces can come together, then there will be that solid change. There will be that solid change. And I hope that people will, at this point, put aside their emotion, especially if you can rationalize what you're feeling and you could tell wrong from right, and you know what you're feeling is, you know how you feel, but you can see that the number's wrong. Because now a lot of people, even celebrities, even Cardi B, I remember then Cardi B was literally campaigning for Biden. And a few days ago, I saw this video from Cardi B, and she was saying, "No, I didn't vote for Biden. I don't want no Biden. Anyone that's gonna," you know, it was it's crazy because she was like a puppet that was put on the screen, and she was campaigning. Now everyone is like staying away from Biden. Like, I didn't, even The Rock, because I remember when Biden sat with The Rock and he called him what, DJ. DJ. Now DJ is like, I prefer to step out of election. So what they did was capitalize on people's emotion, use the numbers from the so-called a huge amount of, like, people like The Rock with over 200 million followings, people like Cardi B, all these twerking ladies that's all they do, they just follow Cardi B. And once she twerks on their faces, they will vote for whoever the silicone ass is asking them to vote for. And this is what we've become. So hopefully people start using their brains, because if you don't use your brain, we will be back in this nasty ass situation. Let's keep watching the video.
Defeat on the other side, but we have challenges to address in our own party right here at home. So you know what? If you somebody who's going to foist onto you to use your social media account. You want to use a driver's license to do it, have the right to use the internet, this man's not your man. There's another candidate in this race who'll do that for you. It's Nikki Haley. You want to send, you want to cut Social Security, you want to cut Medicare, you want to cut veterans benefits so we can fork over more money to Ukraine so some kleptocrat can buy a bigger house? Vote for Nikki Haley, not this man right here. But if you want to actually put an agenda that puts Americans first, to say that the moral obligation of your leaders is to the citizens of this country, not another one, there's not a better choice left in this race than this man right here. And that is why I am asking you to do the right thing as New Hampshire and to vote for Donald J. Trump as your next president. Because we're not working with a lot of time here. If our kids are in high school before we get this right, we don't have a country left. That's what it means. We've been celebrating our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways that we are the same as Americans, bound by that common set of ideals that set this country into motion. We believe those ideals still exist. This man is going to be your next president to revive them. E pluribus unum, from many, one. And you know how we're doing it? We're doing it by speaking the truth at every step of the way. There are two genders in this country. Period. That is the truth. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Drill,
Two genders, period.
embrace nuclear energy. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family is the greatest form of governance known to mankind. Capitalism lifts us up from poverty. There are three branches of government in the United States, not four. And the U.S. Constitution is the strongest and greatest guarantor of freedom in human history. That is the truth. We fight for the truth. We stand up for the truth. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War. That is what won us 2 world wars and the Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody in the world, not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China, is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about. That is what we are going to revive to, yes, make America great again. Vote for this man right here in the New Hampshire primary. God bless you and your families, and may God bless our United States of America. Thank you, New Hampshire. It's good to see you guys. We're coming back and winning this in a landslide.
That's how it's
We
done.
will not stop until we get
That's
this.
how it's
Thank
done.
you all. God bless you and your family. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that's how was that? Pretty good, right? That was pretty good, and he's a fantastic guy.
That's exactly how it's done. You come out, you endorse him, and you work together. And you can even hear the crowd screaming, VP, VP. The most important thing is just you can tell that Trump is now, he has that calm demeanor, you know. You can appreciate the way he just stood behind, let him do all the introduction, all the validation, all the endorsement, and just take it all in. And people are screaming for VP, and hopefully we see a Trump Ramaswamy presidential election run. We don't know yet, but let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about this joint force, this collaboration between Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek has been making a lot of waves, generating a lot of tractions, and the future is really bright for someone like him. The future is really bright. There's no limit to what he can accomplish. So, let me hear your thoughts. leave it in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.